Plaintiff Jarrell Brazel says the defendant owned a mechanic shop. But Jarrell soon discovered it was a mechanic shop by day and an after-hours club at night. Jarrell suing the defendant for breach of contract. Defendant Isham Graves insists the shop he owned was a legit business and there was never anything sketchy going on after hours. He's countersuing for breach of contract.
Start with you.
I met Mr. E, that's what we call him, in 2000, and towards the end of 2017. My uncle is friends with Mr. E and told me to go up to his shop to get some mechanic work done. I went up to his shop, and the name of his shop was called Peekaboo. I said, Peekaboo? Yeah, Peekaboo, Your Honor. I said, Peekaboo? What kind of shop is this? We did that. So my uncle later on told me that, at night, Peekaboo, opens up to people hanging out and stuff. And they also have women in and out sometimes, and they gamble, they roll dice. I remember on an occasion one time where Mr. E called me up, said that he needed to see me. I went up there. And Mr. E and a few of the other guys was rolling dice in the back of the shop, gave him the money that he needed, and then I left. He told me I had to go, because he didn't want me to see what was happening in there.
What do you think, the type of establishment he was running?
I don't know what it is, or you got women in
Where
now,
you
got a
from?
little gambling. I'm from Pennsylvania.
What part?
Coatesville.
Yeah, by Chester, right?
Yeah, about 45 minutes outside of there.
And you that naive, Chester? I know a lot of people from Chester. My buddy grew up there, Bush Lewis. I have an aunt and 6 cousins that grew up in Chester, the Carr family. And you don't know an after-hour joint when you see one?
Your Honor, I just look at the
Even if you weren't doing it, anybody that hears that description, how many of you all knew that was an after-hour joint?
I don't know nothing about that, Your Honor.
Oh, he's the only one. He owns it.
Because he owns it, right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I know you don't. I didn't even ask you. Let me hear from you, sir.
Well, like you said, I met him through his uncle. All I do is fix cars. I don't know about no after-hour joint. I run a legit business.
He never spoke to you about shooting dice and all that?
Never, Your Honor. Never, never. So I don't know where he got
Okay.
that from.
What are you suing him about, sir? What happened here?
So, Your Honor, in February 2018, I purchased a car to resell the vehicle. Mr. E was at the shop. He was actually fixing another vehicle of mine. The owner of the shop said to me, hey, I have this vehicle, would you like to buy it?
The owner of the shop?
The owner of this shop. Because Mr. E lost the Peekaboo and he moved to the place
Another place?
Right behind Peekaboo. So the owner of that shop said, I have this car, would you like to buy it? Mr. E was right there working on another car. Mr. E said, yeah, you should get it. It won't be a problem. I'll take care of the repairs for you. And since I sent Mr. E a lot of clientele through this time and we built a really good relationship, he said, just worry about the payment for the parts. Don't worry about labors.
Why? Because you had a good relationship?
Because I sent him a lot of clientele over the time.
And this was February?
This was February.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And he said, just parts, you allege. Okay.
So I told him, I said, hey, will you be able, because it was around tax time and I was planning on flipping this car. So I said, hey, are you able to get me the money or get the vehicle done? Are you able to get the vehicle done by the end of February? Mr. E said, yeah, that won't be a problem, bro. That won't be a problem. I got you covered. He called me up on February 26th and he said, I need $270 for the head gasket. The next day, he reached out to me and said, I need $240 more. I said, wait, you need $240 more? Yeah, it wasn't the head gasket, it was the engine. It needs a new engine. I said, okay. So I took it up, gave him the $240. The end of February comes, I contact him. Oh, bro, it's gonna be done, excuse after excuse.
You never had a car repaired before?
Yeah, I've had cars repaired before.
By a non-car dealer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you get is to run around. You're pretty naive, young man. Bootlegger is going to play you off for at least 3 months. Go ahead, sir. You tell me about the agreement.
That wasn't the true story.
Okay, you tell me.
Judge Mathis. First, he bought the car sight unseen. He paid a man for a car that he never even touched or saw. The guy told him it was a timing belt.
Did he buy it from the establishment you were working out of?
A friend of mine.
Okay,
friend
who
of
was
mine.
working out of the same
Exactly.
establishment.
And I didn't lose my place. The man sold the property, so I had to move. That was the reason. So he bought a car that the man told him he needed a timing belt. That particular car don't even have a timing belt. It has a timing chain. So when I got the car, when I first got the car, he calls me, yo, fam, is the car there? What it look like? I'm texting him, it's here. I sent him pictures. He tell me, oh, it's nice. That's the only thing he saw. He saw a picture of the car. So now I get into the car. It's not the timing chain, it's the head. The cam and everything was broke up in the head.
A lot of work.
Exactly. So I took the head off, Yana, and now the pistons is scored. So now he need a motor. That's where the motor came in. I just didn't tell him you need a motor, bring money. That wasn't the case. I did a lot of work for his family, his uncles. He'll tell you that. I'm not a bootlegger, never been. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old.
What was the agreement?
And the agreement was on the car, he bought the car, he was gonna flip the car, and he was gonna pay me from the profit of the car. I don't work for free.
Pay you what?
He was gonna pay the profit, like he was gonna give me half of the profit.
Half?
Of the profit. That was the deal, because
You don't remember that?
Absolutely not, Your Honor.
I got text.
Instead, you remember him doing it for free.
Free.
Yes, he said, and I have a witness
He's gonna
statement.
change the engine. He was gonna change the engine for free.
I had a witness statement.
And asked you that he was going to change an engine for you for free.
Yes.
All right.
That don't make no sense in the world.
Man,
That
now you
particular-
could be a big enough sucker.
Never in my life. Never in my
I'm
life.
just messing
Never in my
with
life,
you,
Judge
sir.
Mathis. Judge Mathis, that particular car, you got to drop the whole subframe to do
I
the
know
motor.
what it takes to change
I'm
an
not
engine,
doing that
sir.
for free.
I
And I have
know
a
you're
text
not,
message.
unless you all have had some previous trade-offs, and that's what he's saying.
No, I
He's
have-
saying he has put money, a lot of money in your pocket in the past, so that's why you agreed to do it with just parts, because all the money he has put in your pocket.
The money you put in my pocket, I earned it, Judge Mathis. I earned it.
Judge Mathis can also mention that I also sold a vehicle for Mr. E. For he wanted $800 originally for the vehicle. I ended up selling the vehicle for him for $1,300, and he didn't give me a dime of that, selling
true?
that vehicle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and you say that the agreement was that you would split it in half, and you say you have something to
Yeah, I have it
indicate
where he
that?
said he was gonna pay
He
me.
said he would give you half of the profit.
After he sell the car. After he sell the car, Judge Mathis.
And you say to defendant, I will pay you for fix the car tomorrow when the person gives me the money. I have the car sold and just need it done. How much will it cost? What did you mean by that?
I was, how much would it cost to fix the car? Because he kept, telling me that it was going to be done. It was going to be done.
And he
At this-
says, I will pay you
Right.
to fix the car tomorrow.
At this point-
when the person gives me the money.
Right.
That
He
doesn't
was-
say split the profits. I need something that says split
No, that's
profit.
because he was selling the car. He was selling, that's
No,
the
but
car.
you said he agreed to split the profits
That's what-
50-50.
That's what he
And
told
you
me.
said you had something to show me that says that. He says nothing about that. It says nothing like that at all. It says nothing about a profit. It says nothing about a split. It says how much will it cost for it? How much will it cost for you to repair it? You got any other evidence? Because that doesn't say what you said it says. And so the amount, were you referring to the car parts or were
parts.
you referring to his service?
I was talking about the parts. How much would it cost for the parts?
That's
Because
what
he-
I assumed you meant.
And also, I would like to tell you, Judge Mathis, that I referred a friend.
I have the car sold and I just need it done.
I referred a friend up to him to fix her bumper. He's in court now. He's getting sued as of when we get
Is that
home
true?
Yeah.
because he didn't fix her
Why?
bumper. He took the money.
Because when I moved my shop, the bumper was in the shop. So that's what happened. He knows that.
The bumper was stolen?
No, it was still in the shop. You know what I mean? So
Why didn't you get it back?
Because I moved a lot of stuff, Judge Mathis. A
You
lot of
just
stuff.
couldn't move it anymore. You were just tired of moving. So you said,
No.
I'm just leave this woman's bumper. I'm
No.
tired. I done moved a lot of stuff. This is it for me. She's just gonna have to take me to court. I ain't moving it. Tired.
Judge Mathis
My
also
feet hurt.
I also have emails of him or a text message of him saying that he would pay me back the money for the parts.
Why would he give you the money back for the parts? You were to pay him for the parts.
No, I'm saying after I paid him, I paid him the money, this money for all the parts and stuff, and I said I want my money back. You
Why?
know,
because he never repaired.
Because he was never repairing. He never repaired it.
What's the status of the car now?
It's still not repaired. It's still
Where is it?
It's in the salvage yard, just sitting there, unrepaired.
Okay. What do you have you wanted to show me?
I have text messages here showing that when I told him, when I said, and here go the.
Now, what's your breach of contract, sir? How does he owe you?
Because I put a time and effort in the car, Judge Mathis, and now he's telling you I owe him money for the parts. When on that text, he's saying he would pay me. He's saying he would pay me. So if he paid me for the parts, what is he giving me money for when he sell the car for? If it's not for the labor.
I'm not following you, sir.
The text I just gave you, he's saying he would pay me once he sell the car. So if he paid already for the parts, and he did, he paid for all the parts that I put in the car. Why would he?
As of March 4th?
Yes.
He had paid?
He paid for
all
the parts. He paid for the parts. So why would he be paying me when he sold the car?
This text he gave me on March 4th, where you were telling him you will pay him. I will pay you to fix the car tomorrow when the person gives me the money. He said you had already given him money for the parts.
All the parts.
Not all the parts, no, Your Honor. He was, like I said, he was still constantly saying that he needed more money, more money, more money.
All right, so this was just one of many requests for money.
Oh, absolutely.
On March.
Absolutely.
All right, and sir, he gives me, I came up to the shop, this is him talking to you, and you haven't done nothing to the car. The car still looked like it did weeks ago. If you can't get the car done, just give me my money back and I'll find someone else to get the car done. I have lost out on selling this car to over 20 people. You keep promising me that you will have it done, and I keep telling people it will be done, but you still have the car looking like it did weeks ago. I've always been up front with you and looked out, but this is crazy. Your response, whatever you want me to do, you want your money back, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wanted me to pick, I put the parts in the car.
No, I'm talking about this when you
Yeah,
told
I
me he
put
can have
that,
his money back.
he paid for the parts.
No, I'm saying when you told me he can have his money back.
Yeah, he paid for the parts, Judge Mathis, to make it just go away. I was gonna give him his money
To make
back.
it go away?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going away.
Okay.
Your claim is dismissed, yours is granted. Let's keep it going away.
I don't got nothing to say.
I mean, no hard feelings. I just needed my money back. I mean, going back and forth for months and stuff like that. He knew he was wrong. He should have just gave me my money back.